Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara, and here we're discussing astrology, spirituality, psychology, inner work, shadow work, whatever you want to call it. We're doing all of this here and on my TikTok. We're diving deep into astrology and understanding our placements in a practical way so that we can utilize them and get the most out of those placements, coupled with some laws of nature. Okay, so this video is about Mercury in Scorpio, or even in the 8th house. So if you have Mercury in the Scorpio, in the sign of Scorpio, or in the 8th house, so this video will resonate for you. However, if you don't know your placements, your planetary placements, where your Mercury is located, what house, what zodiac sign, and what have you, you might want to go and check out astro.com, which I'm going to link down below. I always love to talk about the planet first, and then we'll get into the zodiac sign and interpret it together. So Mercury, what is Mercury? Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. So Gemini belongs to the 3rd house and Virgo belongs to the 6th house. So Mercury is all about learning, communication, studying, communication on a daily basis, like mundane type of communication. And since it also rules Virgo, it's employment, it's work and communication with your employers, employees, co-workers, and stuff like that. So it can go many ways, obviously, depending on what house it is placed in. But Mercury loves to learn. Mercury is our thinking mind, and whatever, like in Scorpio, that shows us how you are processing information and how you're making sense of the world, how you're thinking. So Mercury loves to, like, I have Mercury in Cancer, for instance, so my mind is very empathetic. But having Mercury in Scorpio is a little bit different than Cancer, because both are water signs, mind you, but my husband is a Mercury in Scorpio, and is a big difference, right? So you guys you have a raw view of the world. You see the world for what it is, without sugarcoating, without any fuss, without anything on top of it. You see beyond this world. You see for what it is, and sometimes it's ugly, okay? And these people are, if they're not careful, their view of the world gets like darkened, and they see the world very negatively, if they don't control that. Mercury is very ruthless in Scorpio. It's learning, 3rd house is the learning, communication, 6th house is employers, like I said. So it's learning the people, okay? So Mercury loves to observe other people and learn from the people's interaction and their own relationship, how they relate to others, okay? So Scorpio Mercury loves to like observe others. It's very secretive. We know that Scorpio is secretive enough, but Mercury in Scorpio is even more secretive. Like, if you have a spouse or partner who has this placement, and you're struggling with communication, especially if you are a fire or air sign, it'll be very difficult. So if you have Mercury in the fire or air sign, but your partner has a Mercury in Scorpio, it's going to be difficult to communicate, especially if you're a woman, because they're secretive for no reason. It would be like a lot of misinterpretation and misunderstanding in relationships, in terms of your partner who has Mercury in Scorpio might not be showing their emotions, what they feel, what they think about, and how they think. Well, because it's not because of you, it's not because you've done something wrong, okay? Just be aware of that. It's because this person is just wired like this, okay? And for them to share their emotions means a sign of vulnerability, which is very scary for them unless they know you very closely. Why? If you're not very close to them and they can't trust you, they gotta know you very, very closely, like for years, okay? And they gotta be comfortable with you. And if they're not, they're gonna close off. But these people are great detectives. They can do all sorts of jobs, like in the CIA, they can do the jobs. Occult science is another one, because having this placement have a similar meaning to the eighth house, Mercury. So you guys are very like occult, science oriented. The way you learn is through digging deep, through getting to the root cause of shit psychologically. Like, who contributed to this cause? What did they do? Like, what was their intention? What was their motivation? When it comes to analyzing situations, you're not just analyzing situations just the way they are. You're going into the very, very deep psychology of the people you're dealing with and observe them, observe their behavior, observe their actions, and also trying to get into their motivations and intentions. And you, like no one else, you know everyone's intentions around you. You just feel it. And it's really, really difficult from people who have Mercury and Scorpio to hide shit from these kinds of people, because they just like scanning the environment, and they see the stuff that they actually don't want to see, and it makes them shut down in a lot of ways. Like, they don't want to speak up, because they see for what it is. Like, Mercury in Leo is not the same, okay? Like, Mercury in Leo sees the superficial shit, okay, which is out there, external. When it comes to Mercury in Scorpio, it sees the inside of the person. Okay, a celebrity. Let me give you an example. So a person with this placement will see a celebrity which everyone adores, but this person will see them for who they are and what they're struggling with. Like, this is the placement, okay? But it will take time actually to have this ability to feel things to this extent, because Mercury and Scorpio will play out later in life, in my personal opinion, because it really takes time to understand Scorpionic placements just in general. Scorpio wants to get to the root cause, and in order to get to the root cause, and this is how you learn having Mercury in this side, means that it will take time for you to get to the root cause, because situations and shit will happen in a way that will obstruct your ability, or will take your time away from looking into this thing, right? From getting to the root cause. That's what I'm trying to say. The root cause is important because that's how you gain clarity. That's how you gain this understanding of life. And the more you gain clarity and understanding, which is understanding and clarity, actually, you get the principles of universe, right? You understand the principles of universe. And with this placement, you guys are very connected to nature, because remember, Scorpio is always connected to Taurus, no matter what y'all say. Like, the axis, so your other side is a Taurus side. So you might be very intense, emotionally intense, maybe not showing your emotional intensity, but that's how y'all feel with this placement, right? And Sun in Scorpio and all major Scorpionic placement. But y'all may not show this, unlike Cancer. Cancer will show however the fuck they feel. They don't care. Pisces not so much, really, but Cancer definitely will. Scorpio won't. And it's not like Pisces energy. It's different. It's like, they just, not that they don't want to bother, it's just like, they just get shit and they just rather stay silent. You get me? Pisces just forgets. Whereas Scorpio is like, I got it and I don't want to mull over it. Let's just close this topic and not get there. That's Mercury in Scorpio, okay? And, if people don't have, Scorpionic placements, they won't be able to relate to you. And they will see you as very selfish, not wanting to find a solution to communication, approach to communicate with your partner. So you got to be aware of that, because Mercury and Scorpio wants to, like, once they're done in their understanding, they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. However, the other person actually still wants to talk about it. So y'all got to be aware of that. And if another person don't have either Mercury in Cancer or water sign or Earth, it's going to be difficult. If it's air or fire, it's going to be difficult. I have Mercury in Cancer. It's easy to communicate with my partner. If it wasn't, like, my Gemini Mars sometimes gets in the way. So y'all gotta kind of, consider all other placements in conjunction with the placement that I'm talking about. But this placement is great for detective kind of job. Y'all are great psychics too. Y'all feel shit. Y'all feel people's motivations. Y'all just know what everybody's about. It's just like a read the room. You read the room. And sometimes this can be off-putting too, from going out, from having fun, because y'all read the room. Y'all see, y'all feel each and everybody's bullshit for what it is. For what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and if they're pretending too much and being fake, y'all feel it. And y'all don't want to associate with these types. And this is good. And this is how you actually should be moving in your life. So you're on the right path. Y'all love mysteries in life. Like I said, occult science. So y'all might be drawn to those types of topics because it gives you some type of relief and ability to understand your life and have some kind of clarity, some type of clarity in your own world. So learning occult science, death, rebirth, topics that are deemed taboo. This is how you learn, through those things, through sex. And you guys, like no one else, you guys need a quality time. Whether it's sex, whether it's communication. With Mercury in Scorpio, these people, they need a quality time. And if you're not present with them, they'll spot that and their behavior will change. And you'll quickly notice that. And then don't question why they're not showing up the way they used to, because you neglected them. You didn't give them the time that they asked for. They literally, because Mercury and Scorpio, they won't dedicate time to you unless you're worthy of them. You look at other placements, because remember, if we don't have good placements, then whatever I said, if we don't have good aspects, whatever I said won't play out really. Like, they might not be really, really empathetic. These people are very empathetic. You guys are so empathetic. You feel the room, right? You feel people's emotions. You feel people's pain. And you understand the world for what it is. You get the system. You get everything. Y'all, like, you see the cruelty of the world. You see everything. And you still have this compassion towards it. Well, if you have bad placements, which is aspects like 180-degree oppositions or squares, is going to be very, very difficult. But to see the grace, like beyond all this bullshit, right? And cruelty. But if you have sextiles or trines, then it's going to be easier. Like, you have a more natural inclination to, see the beauty. These people also love to savor their physical experiences. So for instance, for them, they can't just have a lunch on the go. These people have to just sit down, have a lunch, proper chewing, digestion. You get me? Like, they can't just like drive and eat. You all gotta sit and savor the food, savor your experiences, enjoy them to the fullest. Like, aspect wise, mind you, if you have hard aspects with Neptune, be aware please with contracts, because even if it's Scorpio in Mercury or Mercury in the 8th house, the meaning will be very, very similar, because 8th house belongs to Scorpio and Pluto. Scorpio belongs to the 8th house and Pluto. So no matter whether you have Mercury in Scorpio or the 8th house or Pluto, is going to be similar. Okay, there's the same energy we're dealing with. It's the same shit we're dealing with. So if you have harder aspect with a Mercury in the Scorpio or the 8th house with Neptune, or be very difficult for you to stay conscious and mindful when signing contracts. So you have to be very careful and cautious when signing contracts, because if you have 180-degree, which is opposition in squares, it's going to be very, very difficult to stay like not sleep, not dream in your waking life in the work area, because you can just sign a contract because you're kind of dreamy, not really concerned with the details. It's very imperative for you to pay attention to the contracts you're signing. Clients and employers can be very misleading. You may overlook some sections in the contract and sign it and then realize what you actually signed up for. I will definitely cover in the future Mercury through the houses, but Mercury and Scorpio is a very interesting placement. You guys learn through experiences, through going very deep in your life. Y'all need to go deep. Y'all need to understand the motivations of yourself and others. You guys are like, this is the only way for you guys to make sense of the world. Because remember, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini likes to learn a lot of things and then combine them and create a meaning for themselves, right? So that like a compass, a life compass with values, right? Which they acquired and composed from all those life experiences that allows them to move in the right direction, right? So that's the Gemini energy. That's Gemini part of the Mercury. But when it comes to a Virgo, right, part of the Mercury, it's different. It only wants to learn a few things, whereas Gemini wants to learn everything, right, and practically apply them. So Virgo doesn't want to deal with 10, 15 things. Virgo wants to deal with 2, 3 things, or maybe one, and advance in that area completely. So Mercury in Scorpio implies that you might want to be like really learning from all your life experiences and connecting all the dots and then applying them. So you're making a lot of shifts through those things, through understanding the people, the psychology of yourself, the people you're dealing with, and stuff like that. And sometimes these people see the cruelty of the world, like I said, and they may get discouraged and just shut down, but that's not how you deal with this placement, okay? Especially if you have harder aspects. But we're not even talking about Saturn here, but I do want to make a Saturn series very soon, because I honestly was very behind of all my videos, because I've been going through some things, but I definitely want to catch up. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Please subscribe to my newsletter. I release a newsletter and I'm sending out astrological updates, like literally my thoughts on the go, to you. It's like a Twitter, like an X. Now it's called X, right? Something like that, but it's in a newsletter form. And I also update you on my products and services and stuff like that. I'll leave all the links down below so you can check them out. And also go ahead and follow my TikTok, because I'm more active there, really. But I do need to get more active on YouTube. I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you all very much for watching. And please leave a comment down below with your recommendations for future videos. But I do want you guys to give me recommendations that are going to be applicable to a lot of people, not just you. Because I had requests such as Libra rising, this is that, with this is that. This is a personal reading. I just want to make sure that you guys understand what kind of videos I'm referring to when I'm asking for your recommendation. I'm not asking for your particular placement with all planetary placements and aspects. That's a personal reading. I'm asking for planet in the house, planet in the zodiac, or all together, all three, because it's a lot of work for me energetically. I can't do that. I can definitely leave your recommendations, but more general ones. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, night, or wherever you're located, and whatever time it is you're watching this video. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video.